All right, all right, all right. Welcome back. All back, all back, all back. Woo! Hey, get in here. Everybody, hey, put the key in the bed. And I got some good for y'all tonight. I know I'm back. I gotta tell y'all, listen to the story. Listen, listen. Y'all, so many things happen. So many wonderful things happen. I just want to say, so this is what we're going to do. As always, on TikTok and all my viewers here, all my platforms on TikTok, if you could, do some likes, click. They will invite more people to the live. Um, Instagram, invite some people, friends and family. You can hear me. Wait a minute. Can you hear me? Okay, if you cannot hear me, let me turn this off. Boy, my voice is a bit glitchy. All right, fighting over there. So that's on YouTube. Can you hear me on can you hear me on TikTok? Can you hear me on Instagram? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? You can hear me? Okay, you can hear me. You can hear me. You can hear me. All right. Not well. All right. So let me check my audio. You can hear me on TikTok. Facebook is messed up. So that must mean that my camera, let me check my audio. Let me check my audio setting. Boom. All right. Audio. Oh, I just realized something. All right. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now on Facebook and YouTube? Facebook, YouTube, is it still messed up? Facebook, YouTube, somebody give me some feedback over there. Is it still, does that mean it's still messed up? Or is it better? Or no? All right. I know how to fix this. Not very clear. All right. Well, I'm not, let's see, it says you can, okay, no, it's distorted. You can hear me, but it is distorted. Let me look and see what the issues are. Oh, not that. Okay, y'all. For those of you who can hear me, I don't know what it is. I'm going to try to fix it. But we got to move on because, look, I don't know what it is. I'm going to change my camera out. If you said it's a little bit better now, okay, good. Good. All right, welcome back, y'all. I am Coach Ken. I know I've been gone for almost 3 weeks now. So let me just tell you what's happened. So for the last 2 weeks, I was doing a class for a lot of people who signed up on this platform. It was called the 12 Pillars of Love. We did that. It was amazing. When I say people got breakthroughs, oh, thank you for the wedding. It wasn't my wedding. It was two of my students that I got married, that I married, that I got them married. So it was good. Yes, that was good. Thank you so much. Um, the other thing is, um, somebody said my somebody said my glasses get a slimy preacher vibe. Oh, I'm not a preacher, so okay, cool. I'm a relationship coach. But that being said, so let me tell you what I've been doing. We did 12 pillars of love. A lot of breakthroughs, y'all. A lot of breakthroughs. People's lives were simply changed. And when I tell you I'm putting together relationships and I'm keeping them together, that is my mission in life at this point in my life. And so people's relationships are getting better. They're getting in relationships. Now, some are getting out. But even the ones that are getting out, because of what I've taught them, they realize that the relationship is not in alignment with them. And so that is a big thing. That is just as big as you getting in a relationship, um, but you not getting in a relationship because you realize that the person is not in alignment with you. Now, somebody says I'm going in and out. I don't know what to do. I'm going to change cameras tomorrow, tonight, but can't do it right now. So I don't know what to do, quite what to do. But we're gonna have to keep moving. I do apologize, y'all. The ones who are on Facebook and YouTube, it must be my camera. It must be the camera. So I'm going to change that out tonight, but I can't do it right now. All right. So, but I do want to come up. We did do that. I wanted to bring something up to y'all. So, everybody, I hope you can hear this part. The commercial came out. So on July 11th, Coach Ken is. Let me see something. Hold on a minute. I think I know. Let me make sure I've got all of my Wi-Fi's on. 'Cause y'all know the worst thing you can have is technical problems. Technical problems when you start to do something like this. All right. So TikTok says I've resumed my live. All right. Now, I do realize that Facebook and Instagram are not all the way right, audio not all the way right. I will have it fixed by tomorrow night because I will be back tomorrow night. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. What I was saying is that I am Coach Kid, aka the Doctor, is the relationship coach on a new show that is coming out March 11th. The show is called Unfaithful Caught in the Act. It's Tammy Roman. I don't know if you know Tammy Roman. She's of Basketball Housewives. She's been on everything. Now she's on uh, tons of shows. She is the host, and I am her relationship coach during the show. So I'm going to talk more about it. It's going to premiere. The commercials have been out. It's going to premiere July 11th at 9 p.m. on MTV. July 11th at 9 p.m. on MTV. It is called Unfaithful Caught in the Act. And essentially, it is like a modern day cheating. And what we do is we try to help people identify people who have been unfaithful, committed infidelity, and I, as their coach, attempt to coach them through this time in their lives where they're dealing with a whole bunch of emotions, and I don't know, but it's good. It's gonna be good. Okay. All right. So I know the audio is bad, y'all, on YouTube. I get it. Nothing I can do about it tonight. It must be the camera, which I am going to fix tonight, but not now. I can't do it now. Um, so that being said, here's what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do tonight. Tonight, I want to kind of just give you something as the road back, as we get back a little bit. Um, I wanted to do something because I got a call I got an inbox. I got an inbox from one of my students this morning. And she asked me, she said, listen, now listen to this story quickly, y'all. Please listen to this. And you all tell me what you would do in this situation. It's easy to say. And then coach will tell you what he did. So she inboxed me on Instagram. And what she said was, she said, listen, I am in love with this guy. I've been dating this guy for 6 months. And I thought everything was going well. All right, we were talking every single day. We had a great relationship. I listened to me. She said this. I am not a loose woman, is what she said. I had not had sex for the first time until I was 24 years old. I wanted to save myself for the meaningful relationship, is what she said. She said, now this particular guy I have been dating, I we had this great relationship. We had an argument, a bad argument, and in this argument, we didn't talk for 3 days. I thought the relationship was over. I thought the relationship was over. I was told he never called me back. Now, She said during the time, the week that they were gone, she was distraught. She hooked up with an old boyfriend. She hooked up with an old acquaintance, right? That's what she said. They had sex. She said, but at the end of the week, the guy that I love called me back. And he said he wanted to make amends and we wanted to get back together. He didn't do anything, y'all. We just had a big argument. And now she asked Coach Ken, she said, Coach, should I tell him? Should I tell him that with this other guy, I am the kind of person that I believe you need to come clean. I am the kind of person that I believe you need to tell the truth. I'm the kind of person that I don't want any secrets between us. And she asked Coach Ken, what shall I do? What shall I do? Now, before I get into the talk tonight is it is said words that will destroy your relationship. 7 things to never tell a man. 7 things to never tell a man. I lead into my talk tonight because of that conversation. Now, I want to know, what do you all think? Those who can hear me on Facebook, Facebook and YouTube, give me in the comment section, if you will, put what your thoughts are. Now, if you're on TikTok, if you are on Instagram, I'd love to get your opinion. Someone says, no, don't tell. Someone says, I cheated on my partner for 7 years during a hard time. I am taking it to my grave. Okay? Someone says, I'm going to tell the dog. All right, what would you do? Somebody says, no, she should not tell. Now, my question to you, are we being dishonest when we don't tell? Are we being deceitful? Let me see. What do you think? All right. All right. Someone else says, can't handle it. What's wrong with the wedding 7 days and making sure? I think somebody said, what's wrong? Just make sure he won. I'm going to go, oh, somebody says, omission is a lie in my book. All right. What say you? What would you do? Hey, Monica. Hey, y'all. That's my stylist on the show. On Facebook, Monica Merle. She is the best stylist in the whole world. Had your boy looking good. Had your boy looking great. All right, y'all. I just wanted to give my stylist. All right. Someone says she should tell the truth if she really wants the relationship. Someone says, don't tell. Don't tell. Okay. And it says, somebody says, males need to grow up, get a backbone, and stop scamming women. She was the one that cheated. What the hell are you talking about? All right, she, Angel, what are you talking about? She was the one that cheated. All right. Now, anyway, what should we do? So, so, so Coach said this. Coach said there are some things she said, I said, first, let me say this. I am not going to tell you whether you should tell him or not. You got to own that decision. But let me tell you the fallout of your decision. If you tell me you love him, you say, I love this guy with all my heart. So, and I say this, I'm going to give it to you both sides. I said, if you tell him, then, and now first, but before I asked her that, before I said, if you tell him, I said, are you going back? She said, no, I'm never going back. She says, I'm not, I had a moment of lapse in judgment, and I am never going back. And so here's what I said. I said, if you're never going back, I said, by telling him, is it going to enhance the relationship? She said, no, but I don't know if it will enhance it, but I will feel better. I said, okay. I said, so allow me to tell you what's going to happen when you tell him. I said, he is going to hold that against you. I said, He is not going to trust you. He is going to believe that you are deceived. Now, I'm not telling you not to tell him. I'm simply explaining to you what is going to happen in the relationship. Now, if you want the relationship to continue, there are things that take it to your grave if you are never going back to him. Because if you don't want the relationship to continue, because when you tell him, it is going to become an indictment on your character. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Now, let me tell you the other side. If you tell him, some people believe, you know what? Not telling is a lie. Omission is a lie. Okay? Some truth to that. I agree. I said, however, if you don't tell him, it is going to eat you up in your conscience. Now, if you can accept the fact and you can live with it that you made a mistake and you can move on from it, okay. But if you don't tell him, there will always be something in you unless you accept that I made a mistake and we're going to move forward. There will always be something in you that feels deceitful. Now, you can decide which way would I go. Do you take it to your grave? Now, there is one other problem, and I wanted you to understand this. I said, he might find out about it. You may find out one day and find out that you did not tell him about it. And because you didn't tell him about it, then the relationship in and of itself will be tarnished. So you have to make this. And then she thought about it. She hit me back. About 2 hours later, she said, Coach, thank you for the information you provided me. I have decided that I'm never going back to that relationship. It was a lapse in judgment. And she said, I'm going to take it to my grave. Is what she said. And that got me to thinking. It got Coach to thinking, y'all. I decided I'm going to do this live tonight. 7 things that you shouldn't tell your guy. It's to tell a guy if you want a budding relationship. If a relationship is, and you want a relationship with a guy, you're in a relationship with a guy, and you want the relationship to thrive. Now, some people are going to disagree with me. I know that. Okay, I'm good. I'm here for all the smoke. I'm here for all the smoke because I'm back. I am back. I'm here for the smoke. Okay? So now, that being said, I'm gonna give you 7 things. First thing I want you to understand is this right here. Is whatever you decide to do, whatever you decide to do, it is really you have to own that decision. You have to own it. It is your decision because either way there are consequences that come with each decision. But what Coach gonna do tonight is my job is not to give a moral judgment on you. My job is not to, because if anybody that coaches with me, they know that I will never use 4 words. I don't use something good or bad, but I don't use something as right or wrong. Why do I not do that? Because it is not my job to create a moral judgment. It is my job to do 2 things. The 2 words that I use in my coaching is it working or not working? And my job is to help couples, to help individuals make it work. Okay? And that's not necessarily that's not based on any deceit or anything. Because I'm gonna give it all to you. But tonight, I ain't gonna be before you very long. I'm gonna be out of here in 20 minutes. Some people I know y'all can understand it. I gotta fix this. I don't know why it's messed up on YouTube, Instagram. I have no clue what's wrong with my audio. I'm gonna check it one more time. Let me check it one more time. Hold on. Okay. Check my audio before we do this. All right. Is that any better at all? Is that any better at all on is that any better at all? I'm gonna test this tomorrow because I didn't. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, is that any better? I know IG and TikTok are great. If it's going directly to the phones, Um, that is better. Diamond, say yes, it's better. If it's better, it is better. Much better. Maybe it was the setting. Maybe it was user error. At least I know now, y'all. Thank you very much. Okay, it's clear now. Good. Now I can operate in freedom. All right, y'all. So here's what we're gonna do. All right. So I'm gonna give you 7 things you should never say to a man. Right? Here we go. All right. Number one. First thing, you should never tell a man. I wrote these down, y'all. I wrote these down. Y'all see where I wrote them down? I wrote these down. I'm serious. Number one, never tell a man a budding relationship how many partners, sexual partners you have. Even if he says, well, let's share, let's be honest. Why? Because many times, because y'all, what I'm saying is, if it's your past, it's your past. Because many times people will judge you. They will judge you. They will create a judgment about you. It may not even be a conscious judgment. It may be a subconscious judgment. And that subconscious judgment is that subconscious judgment will permeate into their thought process about you moving forward. And so what I tell people is if your body count is high, the one way what you do, the one thing that you do is you say this. You say, you know what, the truth is what we've done in our past, I get it. It's a part of our past. But I don't want to revisit the past. I want to talk about moving forward. And I think that could, I think, yeah, I wouldn't even say that could change our relationship, but I think I would focus on let's moving forward. That's what I want to focus on. And y'all, and so that is the reason why, because at the end of the day, people will, especially, I think we should, first off, let me preface this talk by saying, yes, you should share in a relationship. I believe you should share intimate details about your life, intimate details about who you are. But listen to me close. You only share to the degree as the relationship progresses. If you're 3 weeks into the relationship, these things are not applicable. Now, if you're a year into the relationship, yes, and the relationship is going in a specific direction, if you realize that your core values are in alignment, if you realize that, hey, there is something about this person that makes me want to be with them, then I say you share, go deeper in the layers of who you are as the relationship progresses, as the layers begin being pulled back from both of you, not just one. One of the reasons why I tell people you don't share that is because what you have to do is you reciprocate sharing. Because let me explain something to y'all. And a lot of y'all who follow me don't know this unless you're in my classes. So let me say this. Well, there is a difference between intimacy and sex. Intimacy and sex, they are very, very different. And a lot of times people think, or what they do is they combine intimacy and sex as though they are one thing. But intimacy can be a part of sex. Sex can be a part of intimacy, but they're not the same. Sex in itself is the physical act of gaining pleasure using your physical body with another party. Okay? Now, intimacy, intimacy is defined as the sharing of vulnerabilities with another person. Now, when you're in the sexual act, you can share vulnerabilities, but intimacy in and of itself does not have to involve sex. And I tell people your objective when you're attempting to be in a relationship is to be intimate with the person. I didn't say have sex with the person. Intimacy is about it involves sharing your thoughts, sharing your fears, sharing your desires, sharing a part of you as you grow with the person, as you peel back the layers. It is a part you sharing a part of you. Now listen, I am not saying that you grow, you want to have sex, but here's the thing: we conflate two different things We think they are the same, and they are not the same. And because we think they are the same, that is the reason why when you start having sex, why I teach my students not to have sex right away, and what to do prior to having sex, because that way you don't get caught up in the hormonal rush that happens when the physicality is thrown into the picture. And see, now this hormone, the oxytocin, the dopamine, and the serotonin, which is all combined together to create what we call a love cocktail. And this love cocktail makes you think you're in love. It creates an illusion in you. Okay? And so what I'm telling people is listen, your goal is to be intimate. All right? And so a lot of because you had trauma, because you had sexual trauma, because you don't understand what that looks like, and because you never had coaching, because you never had somebody to teach you how to communicate on a level that is deeper than sex. See, most of us don't know how to communicate on that level. You don't even know how to take the steps to get to that level. You don't know how. That is the reason why I teach people. Listen, it ain't about what I tell people is this. It ain't about it ain't about sex and body count when you talking to people. You know what it's about? It is about how many people I can be intimate with this shit. They can share their life with me. And that is why it's not about sharing body count. That's the first thing. The second thing, I got caught now. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. Boy, y'all, I love to be back with y'all. But I love to see y'all. We had a great time. So, anyway, somebody did the video in the great either. All right, well, turn the channel. I'm sorry. This is what I got right now. This is what I got. This is the camera I got. This is everything I got. Y'all, so if the video ain't good, then I'm sorry. Number two, ooh, you should never tell the person the intimate details of your past relationship trauma. Now, listen to what I'm saying. You should never expose the details of your last relationship trauma. Now, the reason why I say that is because is you run the risk of being defined by your trauma. You run, especially when the person doesn't know who you are, doesn't know who you are at the core. Y'all, it's human nature. You know why it's human nature, y'all? Because we have allowed society, social media, the media to dictate our beliefs. So we look at people through the lens of everybody else. You look at people through the lens of social media. You look at people through the lens of what your mama said. And your mama didn't have a good relationship. What your auntie said, and your auntie relationship was fucked up too. And so now you're viewing this through that lens. And you wonder why you can't make the relationship work. You wonder why it's not working. And so now you're trying everything. You listen to every damn body on the internet. You listen to people who don't even have the very thing that you desire. The very things you want a great relationship. You listen to people who don't have a damn good relationship. You listen to people who ain't never been in a relationship. There ain't nothing wrong with not being in a relationship. No, nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong with it is, how the fuck you gonna tell somebody what to have and you don't even have it? You ain't never had it. You look on the internet and you do all of this stuff. You ain't never been through the fires, the trial. You ain't never been bumped right up to the divorce court and then found a way to put it back together and then went on to have a great relationship. You ain't never did that. And so if you ain't never did that, that's like a person, and I don't mean no disrespect, but that's like a person who's 600, 700 pounds, and you go to them for weight loss advice. That shit makes no sense on no level. Nothing. So what I'm telling people is, when you get in a relationship, when you get in a relationship, and you don't readily share your relationship one, okay? You can talk about your relationship. That's why I always tell people when you talk about your relationship. Talk about your relationship in terms of what you learned. Woo! Oh, shit! Talk about the relationship in terms of what you learn. Here's what I've learned. I've learned that, you know what, the truth of communication is important. I've learned that disrespectful conversation does not edify the relationship. I've learned that when you go to bed angry, you wake up angry. I've learned all of these things. And so when I'm teaching people, y'all, I'm telling you now, I'm putting together relationships. There are coaches out there. And you know what? So here's the thing. I digress for a moment. The reason why I have the platform, I got over 1 million followers now. The reason why I have the platform I have is because number one, I've been tested. Number two, I have a great relationship. Number three, I know how to put somebody in a relationship. I know how to save a relationship. I know how to get you to a great relationship. And I know how to keep you in it. So whatever else somebody says is meaningless to me. I put my head down because I believe in love again. I believe in love. I believe that people can find love. I'm not one of those naysayers that say all women ain't shit, all men ain't shit. I'm not that guy. That if you're looking for that guy, get the hell on, because that ain't me. I believe that everybody needs to level up, including yours too. You listen, my wife will tell you, you know, we went to Jamaica recently, right? That's one of the weeks I was gone. I took my wife to Jamaica for her birthday. And my wife told me some things about me because we have this thing called a relationship diagnostic. It is something we teach couples how to have a relationship diagnostic. You know what a relationship diagnostic is? It's when you put your relationship up on, you know, it's kind of like a car. You put your car, you know, you take your car in when the check engine light come on, and they put your car up on the rack, and they say, here's what's wrong with your car. Hey, you got a leak here. Your fan belt is loose. And so what we do, when we were headed for divorce court 15 years ago, okay, we came up with this thing where we started doing this relationship diagnostic. We put our relationship up on the rack. And when we put our relationship, it ain't easy, y'all. When we put it up on the rack, and every year we do this, every year. And every year she says something that I don't damn like, right? But it's not for me to like it. It is not for me to like it. It is for me to get better. And so every time my wife told me this year, I'll share it with y'all because y'all will see the video because I'm gonna talk to y'all about this app we got coming out and all that. My wife she says, you are spending too much time coaching people. Now what she was really saying was when she broke down that she felt like I wasn't at the time, I was putting more into my work. At the time I wasn't putting investing in our relationship like like I was before, like I should have. And I said, you're right. I'm wrong. And I'm going to get back. And so we came up with a plan. She said, two to three nights a week, you get up, you cut the computer off, and you are done at a certain time, and then we spend that time together. And that's what I've done. And she commended me, y'all, for doing that. And I've been trying to do it. Now, even though it's been tough because I'm launching an app soon, the show coming out, teaching a class, even despite all that, y'all, I'm trying to do it. All right, now. And so I gave her what she wanted. I gave her what she wanted. And so instead of me getting upset about what she's saying, what is my thing is, let me see how I can get better. And that's what I do. And so when I tell you that I'm not just a coach, I'm a student too, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. All right. Number three, never tell a man about your infidelities. Never tell the man about the times you cheated. Number three, listen, again, I know some of you say, I want to be honest, I want to have a clean slate, I want to do this, I want to be this, I want to be that person. I get that. However, can we be honest, y'all? Some people might say it's deceitful, but you don't tell everybody everything about you now. I don't know everything about you. My wife doesn't know everything that I've done in my past. She doesn't know. I don't know everything she's done in her past. And here's Coach Ken's rule of thumb. Here's Coach Ken's rule of thumb. There are things that you need to know, a lot of it. But my rule is if it's in the past and it doesn't magnify the relationship, it doesn't destroy the relationship, it doesn't do anything. And then, so what I do is question, why am I saying it? Am I saying it because I want to make myself feel better about saying it? Then and so what I say is you question why, okay? You want to question why, and then you analyze your reason behind it. If your reason behind it, you feel like it's going to make me a better version of myself, then you say. If it's not going to make me a better version of myself, if it's not going to make the relationship a better version of itself, then I would consider why tell it, why say it. And y'all, I'm not saying be deceitful. You are not hearing that out of my mouth. I am saying you analyze the reasoning why you're doing it. Woo, and that's what you got to do. Number 4, all right. This one I put on here. It's a good one, but I want you to think about it. Never tell him your best friend is cheating. Never tell him your best friend is cheating. Why? Because if you go out with the best friend, then first of all, you don't want to betray the trust of the best friend first. Second thing is when you go out with the best friend, what happens is you know how that goes, y'all. That whole ideology of birds of a feather flock together, you may not have done anything. All right. But if you're saying that my best friend is doing it, then the propensity to think that you may be doing it, to plant a seed that need not be there, to plant a seed that could grow into something else, need not be there. And that's the reason why I say that. Instagram, YouTube, is my audio going out again? Tell me is my audio, somebody comment in the comment section, audio is okay or audio is not okay. Because I'm going to fix this tonight, because I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to be back every day this week, pretty much, because there are some things coming up that I got to tell y'all. Number 5, never compare him to your ex. Never compare him to your ex. Why? Because people do it in a subliminal way. So I've seen men and women do this in a subliminal way. They'll say, well, such and such did this. Okay. All right. Me and such, we did that. Well, what you're actually doing on a subconscious level, you're actually comparing the person to someone else. All right, y'all. I know it's messed up on YouTube. It's not. Okay, y'all. Thank you for hanging in there. If you got a break, I get it. Some of y'all are still trying to hang in and listen. But I'm going to have it fixed by tomorrow. I will have it fixed. I promise you. If I got to get if I got to get another camera, something, I will have it fixed. Is that fair? I'm going to fix it. We're going to fix it. I think I know how to do it, though. I think I know how to do it. Yes, I do know how to do it. Yes, I will have it fixed by tomorrow, y'all. Okay. But here we go. Let me look at my network. You know, when you got all these things running at the same time, you run into a whole bunch of stuff. All right. Number 6. This is another one that I put down. Write this. Number 6. Never admit that you hate any of his family members. Never admit that you hate any of his family members. Even if he says it, do not. Y'all, I'm telling you what I know. If you don't like the family member, you might ask questions and say, you know, why do they do what they do? Or you might chime in with him and just discuss it. But do not tell him, I hate your mama. Or I don't like your auntie. I don't like your mama. No, 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 no. Let's not do that. Please, let's not do that. Why? Because here's the thing, y'all. What you don't realize is after the relationship has progressed a certain place, okay, we can reveal more things. I get that. However, if the relationship is new and anything under 3 months, y'all, 12 weeks, it's new. And what the man is doing, just like you, is he's collecting data. And the data he's collecting is everything is a mental note. Don't ever forget this, y'all. Everything is a mental note. Everything is being stashed away. Everything. That's why when I tell you about the relationship trauma and that you went to a therapist, it's okay later down the line in context. But if you have relationship trauma and you went to a therapist and you tell him under 8 weeks, then all of a sudden he doesn't know every level of you. He doesn't know the different layers of you. And because he doesn't know the different layers of you, he is he has the propensity, he doesn't even know it, to hold it against you, to judge you, and even to weaponize it against you. But the truth is, you know what, this is not gonna work out. Because at the end of the day, I'm wanting someone who doesn't have that kind of attitude. See how that works? And I'm just saying, yo. I mean, and people might say, well, coach, isn't hiding something? Isn't it deceitfulness? No, no, it's not. Because you don't have to tell the person right away. And like I told you, I gave you the criteria by which to share it. If it doesn't meet that criteria, you have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I sharing it? I'm just saying. Last but not least, last but not least, I wrote this down. Never confess to a crush you had. You know what? Ooh, your partner, fine. You know, your boy, I had a crush on him before I met you. Probably not. All right. I'm just saying everything that I told you, everything that I told you, what it does is, y'all, it can derail the relationship even before the relationship has a chance to. Why? Because everybody comes to the table with preconceived notions. Everybody comes to the table with a set of experiences, a set of wisdom. We have a lot of things. Um, and truth is, y'all, truth is, it is up to you to get to know them, you know? So, somebody said, why the hell would you do that? Listen, y'all, I got to tell y'all something. I'm going to do something for everybody on here. Listen to me carefully. On July 8th, I got invited to be on this panel. Listen up, listen up. I'm about to give y'all something. For those of you listening, I'm about to give y'all something free, something valuable. Brenda knows what that is. Brenda, for everybody on here, I wrote a book called Just Ask 50 Questions to Know If He's the One. Okay? And so this book has helped a lot of people decipher if a guy is right for them, right? So what I did with my class, my recent class, I revamped the book. So what I teach people is there are certain kinds of questions you should ask. They are called subconscious questions. These are questions that help you get to know the person. Okay? Now, so what I'm going to do is here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, and not only did I revamp it, not to just 50 questions, I revamped it to 250 questions that you can ask so that you can get to know a person, so that you can get to peel back the layers, all of it. Many people on this call got it because you're in my class. And I'm going to give it to you for free. It's a $60 value. Brenda, one of my students said is worth way more than that. Let me tell you what else is in it. We revamped it, me and my team. I put together what we call a dating toolkit. Everything you need before you start dating. Everything. All right? And that's not all. That's not all. I also put in there a relationship checkup kit. Things you should know to determine the health of your relationship. Now, if you're not in a relationship, you don't need it. But the dating toolkit and the just ask, these are questions you can ask even if you're already in a relationship. It is an amazing gift. It is just $60 value that I'm going to give it to you. All I need you to do is one thing. I am on a panel called Intimate Conversations on July 8th. It's a huge panel of 5 different speakers. Your boy is on there. I need everybody on here to buy a virtual ticket for $9.95. The ticket's $9.95. If you buy the $9.95 virtual ticket, I'm going to give you that for free. I'm going to give you the Just Ask book. I'm going to give you the dating toolkit. I'm going to give you not only the dating, the relationship checkup. Now, for those of you, all you have to do is buy a ticket for $9.95. Here's where it is. If you're on Instagram or TikTok, go up to my bio, look at the link tree, and you'll see it says Intimate Conversation. Click on the link, buy a virtual ticket for $9.95. Listen to me close. When you buy the virtual ticket for $9.95, the coach gonna do his thing that day. It's gonna be live, right? Coach gonna be with all the speakers. And what I want you to do is take on $9.95. When you do that, all you have to do is email me at, write this down, Coach Ken Canyon at gmail.com. Coach Ken Canyon at Gmail. Show me that you bought the ticket. I will send you the Just Ask book, dating toolkit, relationship checkup. You get it all. And y'all, those of you who bought, we got 100 tickets. I'm trying to sell 100 tickets. Thank you, Brenda. Coach Ken Canyon at gmail.com. You buy it, I will provide you with that. Dating toolkit alone worth $60 to show you what you need to date. The Just Ask book is worth $100. Now, how much is it worth to you not to do it? How much is it worth to you to avoid nonsense, to avoid controlling, to avoid people who are emotionally unavailable? How much is that worth? Is that worth $9.95? Okay. I'm gonna put it over here in Instagram and Facebook. I'm gonna put the link right here. Here we go. Here's the link over here. Boom, boom. I just put the link over on Facebook. Okay, hold on. I just put the link over here. Oh, oh, it's making me. What in the world? Hold on. Okay. My chat button is in the way. Oh, boom. Well, that's not. What in the world? How do I get rid of the chat button? I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I'm trying to get rid of the chat button. It is not allowing me. Can I move it? I can't even move it. I can't move the chat. I can't move the chat button. This is crazy as I don't know what. Dang, I can't move the. No, 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 no. I can't. It won't let me move the chat button to. Hold on. It will not let me move the chat button. I can't. I ain't never seen nothing like this. And when I hit return, it won't let me. It won't let me. Hmm. Okay. Hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in here. Okay, hold on, hold on. Let me see if I can do it like this. It's a bit better audio now. Okay, hold on, hold on. And when you buy the book, when you buy it, let me know. Coach Ken Canyon at gmail.com. And yeah, we'll make it work. This is the craziest thing ever. Here's what I'm doing. Hmm, how do you get rid of the chat? Let's see. Nope, can't do that. Okay, let's see here. see if I can get rid of the chat button. Damn, chat button won't go nowhere. Oh, it did let it come up. All right, y'all. I finally did it on the chat button. If I put it in YouTube, Facebook, I put it. Thanks for the link. You got it. Okay, good, good. The sound has been a little off for longer. I'm gonna try to fix it tonight and make it work. All right, y'all. I'm gonna try to put it in there again. That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna try to put it in there again. There it is. It is over there now. Anyway, that's my time tonight, y'all. Tonight was a little rocky because it was first thing back. Thank you for a cool bookshelf. I love that bookshelf. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, y'all. If you go to my link tree. If you go to my link tree on Instagram and TikTok, if you go to my link tree, go into my bio. Go to my bio. Click on the link tree, and all you got to do is click on Intimate Conversations. I'm on the panel. Buy the ticket for $9.95, and I will give you my Just Ask Two Dating Toolkit Just Ask book for you. You got your tickets? Email me at Canion at Gmail, and I will send you the book. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, if you got your ticket, all right, you got it. I want you to do it, get the ticket, and I will send you. All right, y'all. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna try to fix my stuff. My technical person gonna help me. Tomorrow, audio gonna be good on YouTube, Facebook. Sometime, no, it's on November 8th. I mean, July 8th. July 8th. July 8th. We only have 100 tickets. Y'all, thank you. Somebody else purchased the ticket. All you gotta do, send it to me. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. And coach, out. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna make that audio work. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna get it. We'll have it right by tomorrow. We'll have it right by